Hi, Greg Williamson, founder of Canada Mortgage Direct, where we teach people how to properly structure their mortgage to optimize their overall financial wellness so that they can enjoy a big life. Today's video is taking a look at the Calgary MLS stats for June of 2011 and most importantly, comparing that to previous years. I'm going to go through the top three stats that everybody should be focused on when thinking about the health of a real estate market. Good news, the Calgary MLS market is definitely coming back into a very nice and very comfortable balanced market. Let's take a look at some of the stats. The top one is median sales price. Now, you'll hear lots of media reports about using average price and things like that. And of course, as I've always mentioned, I've said in a lot of other videos and Twitter posts that it's frustrating the way that the media typically tries to skew data to create news. Here's the reality. I should always be looking only at median sales price because it is the statistical best practice for, again, looking at what we're trying to do is look at the health of the market. So let's take a look at this graph. Median sales price 2011 is the purple line with the X on it. So you can see for the balance of this year, our median price was down from 2010. And I think that that was a little bit of a lag from what was turning out to be kind of a lackluster third and fourth quarter from 2010. It's just sort of a layover from that. And as well, I think that when the mortgage rule changes came into effect again, I think what we were seeing was a lot of activity on the lower end of the market. So, but look at this, into April and then May and June, we've really just gone into lockstep with 2010 median sales price. We're slightly under that right now, but I think that that's pretty good, and I'm not really too alarmed about it. Certainly going into July, will we see this kind of a drop? My personal opinion at this point is it's probably not going to maybe see this kind of a drop in 1 month. I sort of see it leveling out a little bit and kind of keeping in with, look where we are with respect to 2008 and 2009 prices. I mean, so we're going to largely get closer to some of the best median sales price, sort of nice, easy going market, probably for the coming months. The reason I don't see it necessarily dipping as much as we've seen in 2010 is we were looking at a completely different market in 2010 at this time. We were looking at an incredible amount of listings and some absorption rate issues due to a lacking demand, which I'm going to show you on another graph. So, long story short, I think right now the market is great, and from a price protection point of view, remember, I'm one that doesn't, unless you're going to be an investor or a speculator, which in any market these days, I'm wondering the logic behind that. I think that I think that that market is really reserved for experts who understand how to make, quick turnarounds in real estate. Other than that, if you're buying it for your principal residence, a lot of this conversation, what's going to happen in the next few months, is generally not probably something you need to spend a lot of time with if you're going to be spending 5, 6, 7 years in the house. So anyway, that's where we are with median sales price. Let's go look at now sales to new listings. Now, why is this important? This, along with the next graph, really starts to give us an idea of what is the real health of the market. When we're being able to sell properties quicker, so as listings come onto the market, if they're selling in a reasonably quick time, that again shows a nice balance in the marketplace. The number we're typically looking for is in and around 50%. So once again, when you look at 2011, we're just nicely kind of going along at a higher sales to new listings than all of 2010 and certainly 2008 when it was tough times in the latter half of the year particularly. So I think from looking at this particular graph, and if we look down here even just for the balance of this year, 40%, 50, 55, 52, 51, 57 for this whole year, as I said, the kind of nice perfect number, if there is one, is around 50%. So we're cruising along at a nice easy pace again in Calgary. Let's take a look at absorption rate. So this one, what this does is it tells us how long is inventory staying on the market. When absorption rate is greater than 5 months, then you are definitely angling into a strong buyer's market. And so when when absorption rate is between 2-ish and 5 months, you're in a very nice balanced market. So let's again look at 2011, particularly in the last 2 months, cruising along under 4 months of supply. So absorption is really how long would it take, hypothetically, to sell all the properties that are listed in any particular time, in a moment in time. So for example, right now, if we're looking at June, it's 3.39. It would take about 3 and a bit months right now, as of today, to sell all the properties that are currently listed on the market today. Again, nice, solid, balanced market. If anything, starting to trend a little bit towards a seller's market. And so from that perspective, keep an eye on this, I think. But look at where we are compared to these little jumps that we've seen in previous years. Particularly at this time last year, our absorption rate was climbing. This is what I said earlier on in this video. One of the reasons why we've seen median sales price start to take a bit of a pretty good dip was because of this, is because absorption rate was rising, meaning that there was much more supply on the market with a softened demand. So with the prognosis that long-term interest rates are probably not looking to be on any type of a skyrocket due to some European debt crisis and stuff. I shot an earlier video on this blog about that. You might want to go check that out as well, just to sort of get a sense of where we're going with long-term interest rates. But as it looks like right now, I'm pretty happy and pretty bullish about the prospects of real estate in Calgary for certainly the coming months. So I'm going to revisit this again next month. Until then, shift small, live big. Cheers.